Hi guys, how are you doing? A few days ago I went to see a musical called American Idiot.
We are walking to see American Idiot, a show that I've been wanting to see for such a long time, and I'm so excited to go and see it at last. After literally, I think probably 2 or 3 years of waiting, it's finally here. Green Day, American Idiot, brilliant.
Yeah, as you can see, I was very excited to see the show because I've been wanting to see the show since early 2010, since it first opened on Broadway. You know, when I first heard about it, I was like, oh my god, I really want to see this show. And I can tell you this, the wait was so worth it because I absolutely love the show. It was amazing. For those of you who don't know, American Idiot is based on Green Day's American Idiot album, which came out a few years ago, I think. I think it was probably in 2007 or 2008, I can't remember. But yeah, all the music, all the songs in the show are from that album. Apart from one song, I think, which was 21 Guns, which is from Green Day's next album. So that was a bit confusing. But, you know, most of the songs, the majority of the songs are obviously from American Idiot, the album. This is the poster / kind of program for it. I think this is actually from the Broadway version because all the pictures inside, there's loads of pictures in here, which is really cool. But all the pictures are from a different cast to the one I saw. And I think this is the original cast from Broadway. I don't know, if you've seen the show on Broadway, you can maybe tell me if that's the case or not. Yeah, it says, I don't know, Joshua Henry. Yeah, people like, yeah, I don't know. And I'm pretty sure it's the American cast, the original Broadway cast. So to be honest, I was a bit disappointed when I got this poster because it was £10 and I was expecting it to be the cast that I saw. But it's still very cool because the show itself was awesome and, you know, the set was great, so it's still nice to have something to look back on and see all the pictures and stuff. The cast we did have were also American, I think, because there was a small insert in the programme with the cast list, the ones that we actually saw on stage that night, and most of these cast members, as far as I know, were trained in America and they've gone to American universities and stuff, so I'm guessing they're all American. Again, I should have probably done my research on this, but yeah, sorry. Anyway, the show is about a group of young people in a suburban area wanting to seek freedom and, you know, wanting more out of their lives than what they have. If you've listened to Green Day's American Idiot album, then you probably know what it is because the concept of the album is pretty similar to what the story is in the show. It's just about, you know, being an individual and fighting for what you believe in and wanting to make a change in your life and wanting to make things better. It's a very angry show, very aggressive, very energetic as well because of that. You know, the cast were absolutely brilliant with their energy. They were just, you know, non-stop jumping about and singing and rocking out, and it was just so much fun to see. However, as with most jukebox musicals, the plot itself is definitely not its strongest point. In fact, I think this plot is definitely its weakest point because, you know, although there is a bit of a storyline there, it's nothing important or serious enough. You don't even really get to care about the characters much. The three main characters are called Johnny, Will and Tunny, I think, and they all kind of have their own little storylines, but, you know, there's not much focus on either of them enough for you to be able to actually connect with them and care about them. So if you're looking to go and see a musical with a great story and very memorable characters, then this is definitely not for you. But if you love rock music, especially Green Day's music, and you just want to have a great fun night out with amazing performers on stage rocking out and, you know, listening to great music, then you should definitely go and check American Idiot out. We actually had an understudy on for the role of Johnny. He was called John Krause, and he was really good. He had a great voice, he looked the part, he had great chemistry with his other two friends, and, you know, I wouldn't have guessed that he was an understudy if I hadn't seen the sign outside the theatre. Tunny was played by Thomas Hetrick. He's the one out of the three guys who actually ends up going to war and loses one of his legs. He was very good. I mean, they were all good. All the cast as a unit together, they worked so well. The other friend, Will, was played by Casey O'Farrell. He was brilliant. His voice especially was incredible. He had a very rocky tone to his voice, kind of similar to Green Day's voice, you know, Billy Joe Armstrong. I really liked him, but I think my favourite actor in the whole show was Trent Saunders. He plays the role of St. Jimmy, which is Johnny's alter ego, actually. So him and Johnny are the same person in a way. But yeah, Trent Saunders had an incredible voice, amazing energy, and every song that he sang, I just got goosebumps because it was done so well. But yeah, like I said, the whole cast as a whole were brilliant. There was no weak link in the cast. Every single performer in their own rights was good. Another amazing thing about the show was the choreography. I mean, if you're a fan of Green Day, which I am, and I've been a fan of Green Day for quite a long time, it's very hard to kind of imagine dance moves to the songs, because the songs are so kind of heavily rock, and I don't know, you have to be very creative and very imaginative to come up with great fitting, choreography for these songs. And I thought Stephen Huggett, the choreographer, did a brilliant job. From the very beginning with the opening sequence, which was American Idiot, every single dance move was perfect. It was so natural and energetic and angry, which is what the show and the album is basically about. It's about teenage anger and being scared and wanting to be free and stuff. So it was important for the choreography to be able to show that, and it really did, in my opinion, especially in American Idiot. I mean, as soon as I got home that night, I just wanted to at least try to do all the dance moves in my room, because it was so memorable and so fun. I just loved it. The music is obviously the main thing, though. I think that Green Day's American Idiot itself as an album is one of the best albums ever written. Every single song of that album is fantastic, in my opinion. And so obviously I was going to like the show because all the songs were in the show, and they were all performed very well as well. And the arrangements were beautiful. Like I said, I was just getting goosebumps every 2 seconds, because it was, every single song was not only sung brilliantly, but also just performed very well on stage as a musical number. So yeah, I absolutely love the show. And also, it is worth pointing out that although there is a book, most of the musical is pretty much completely sung through. There are a few short sections of dialogue, but the majority of the show is just song after song, which is why I think it's important that you actually like Green Day's music, or at least like that kind of music, because if you don't, then you're going to get bored. Also, obviously, because it's rock music, this was at the Hammersmith Apollo in London, which is often used as a music venue for concerts and stuff. I mean, I've seen people like McFly perform there, people like Mika, actual bands perform there on a regular basis. So the sound system was great, and the music in the show was very, very loud, with the big drums, and it was just very loud rock music. So if you don't like the loud music, then you probably won't enjoy this. It almost felt like a rock concert in a way. A very, very good one, a very theatrical one. So like I said, I love the show. It was almost like a dream come true seeing the show after waiting for so long. And I would so want to go and see it again, but unfortunately it's finishing its run in London in just a few days, I think, on Saturday the 15th of December 2012. This has actually been on tour for quite a while. I think it started in July, and it's been going to a few different cities around the UK. And London was its last stop, and it's been in London for 2 weeks only. So yeah, who knows what's going to happen after this, but I'm just very grateful that I finally got the chance to see it, because I made a video about this a couple of years ago, actually, and I'm going to link you to the video somewhere, I don't know, in the description probably. But in that video I was saying that I don't think I'll ever get the chance to see the show, because I never thought that the show would actually come to the UK, because it's such an American show, and I just didn't think anyone would want to see it here in the UK. But actually, the theatre was pretty much completely full on Saturday night. So that was good. All the seats, as far as I could tell, had people sat on them, and everybody seemed to enjoy it as well. So yeah, hopefully that means that it might be coming back to London or England at some point, and maybe I'll get the chance to see it again someday. But it's definitely my favourite jukebox musical. Like I've said before, I don't generally like jukebox musicals. The last one I saw was the Spice Girls one, Viva Forever, which I was pretty much disappointed by overall. But this one was very, very good, and I think the fact that obviously I liked Green Day helped a lot. So yeah, if you've seen the show, feel free to leave comments and let me know what you thought of the show, and if you haven't seen the show, and if you live in London, you should definitely go and check it out before it finishes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!